Background is important in every design. Tunde again from Ceasar Graphix. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my series on how to use background. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use image background. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this, so sit back, relax, and keep watching. Before using background on your project, you need to first understand the message. The reason is because we are storytellers, and part of how we tell stories in graphic design is through the use of the right elements. So before working on any project, ask question. What is the message? What is the goal? Who are the target audience? How do you want this project to communicate to the right audience? These are the things that will inspire the use of the right background on your project. Now, but in this tutorial, I'm going to randomly pick images from Google, and I'm going to show you guys how to use the image to shape the layout of your project. So let's start. All right, so I have Google already launched on my browser here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on images here, and I'm going to type image background. Okay, so I'm just going to select it here. And yeah, so these are lots of images that we can use. All right, so I'm going to randomly pick just let's pick 2. All right, and I'm going, okay, let's just make it 3. All right, I'm going to first off start with this. Okay, all right, so I'm going to drag this and drop on my Photoshop application here, and I'm going to look for another image again. Let's just go with this. So I'm going to drag that also. So I'm also going to drag this and drop here. And let's keep scrolling to see if we can get another image. All right, so let's see if we can use this. So we can't use this because the image size is small. All right, so Google is not the only place we can get image background. All right, so I'm going to try one of the websites I normally go to when I need free images. So I'm just going to I'm going to click on this plus sign here and type Unsplash. Let's try Unsplash here. And let's see what type of image can I search for. I'm actually looking for a busy image that you know, I can place my text on, so you guys know how to play with busy image. Let's see if we can get nature image. Okay, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna type fall. All right, let's use fall. Let's see if we can use this. Let's see if we can use this. All right, let's try this. So I'm gonna hit the download button here, and I'm sure you guys are gonna enjoy this. All right, so our download is done, and let's go to Photoshop to play with the 3 images that we got from the internet. So I'm going to switch my screen now. Okay, so this is the first background we are going to play with today. All right, so before you play with any background or you use any background on your project, you need to first check how you can make unity occur on your project, because unity is very, very important in graphic design. See how you can make the elements blend with your background. In fact, your background is what shape the layout of your project, is what you're going to use to create the composition. All right, so right now, if you look at the my image here, you notice we have this light stroke here that look more like a nail. All right, so what we're going to do now is to look for a character that shares similar stroke width with the neon that we have on our background here. All right, so I'm going to go to my text tool now and type neon. All right, now this character here is called a vertical, so I'm using the free transform to make it bigger. All right, so like I said, I need to make sure that I use a stroke I need to use a type with uh similar stroke with the light stroke that I have, here. All right, so I'm going to move this here, and let's see if we can have another character to see if it's going to work. All right, so I prefer this character. All right, so the name of the character is Anson. So I'm going to use the free transform to make this smaller. All right, and I'm going to close the space between the letters, which is adjusting the tracking. All right, I'll make it a bit bigger, and yep. All right, so I'll double click on the layer to activate the layer style, because we need to convert this to we need to give this the neon look. All right, so I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to activate shadow, drop shadow. Yeah, and under my drop shadow here, I'm going to make sure my shadow is at the center of my title. All right, it has to be at the back, at the center of my title, because if you look at the neon light we have here, you'll notice there's this shadow behind the neon. And so I'm going to increase the opacity and make the size of my shadow a bit bigger. Okay, and yeah, so then we also need to use the color from our neon light here. So I'm going to select the color picker box here and sample the color from my background. All right, so if you look at the neon light, you notice we have this light inside the neon stroke here. Activate inner glow. All right, and I'm going to select the color picker box here. Then I'm going to sample the color from the background, and I'm going to adjust this way. Yeah, I'm going to select the OK button, and we increase the size of my inner glow and change the blend mode to normal. All right, and I'm going to increase the opacity. Yeah, like that. And my size need to go back up. Sorry, I mistakenly moved that. Now, as you can see, we're beginning to have that neon, look. All right, so I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. Okay, so I'm going to make my size 5. All right, and I'll go on the outer glow, and we are going to change the color of our outer glow to the same color that we have on our neon light background. And I'm going to select the OK button. Now look at this. Look at how unity this is. Look at how it looks like the title is it's on the background. All right, and like I said, unity is very important. So unity is what inspired what I'm doing here now. So I'm going to make a copy of the title, and I'll move this to this side because I want to make this neon party. So I'm going to double click on the layer and change this to party. All right, then I'm going to click on the FX button here, and I'm going to activate on the effects link to activate the layer style. All right, then we need to change the color of our party to the color of our background. So I'm going to start with the inner glow, and I'll activate the color picker and click with my high dropper tool to sample the color from my background and hit the OK button. And I'll go under the outer glow and activate the color picker again, make the same move that I did on the neon title. And I'm going to go straight to the drop shadow, and I'm going to click on the color picker and pick a color from my background. And look at how beautiful this is. I'm sure somebody is smiling already. So I'm going to position this here, but right now the size of my title is small, so I'm going to make it bigger and hit the enter key right there. And I'm going to adjust the size to 143 and hit the enter key. Then I'm going to apply the same move to the neon title here, and yeah, see, so we have the size uniform now, and I can place my title here like that. Then we can have our dates somewhere on our background. Now, it's not compulsory that you use the same neon on your on your other information. Why? Because doing this is going to make the project look boring and it's not going to look professional. So what I'm going to do is to just make my other information normal. I'm just going to make it plain. I'm not going to apply any effect in order to make the contrast on the project balance. All right, I hope somebody get that, because too much of everything is not always nice in graphics design. All right, so I'm going to change this to 0700 p.m., which is 7 p.m. So I'm acting like this is a party project. All right, party flyer project. And I'm going to use extended bold right there. And I'm going to make this bigger with free transform. So then I'm going to place this here. Okay, so let's see. Now it's always good to make your content align. All right, make sure everything is well aligned. It's one of the ways you can make your project look nice. All right, it's one of the ways you can make your composition look professional. All right, so I'm going to make a copy of this, and I'm going to change this to Friday 14th January 2024. Like that. Then I'll activate the free. Let's take out the comma. All right, the comma is not necessary. Yeah, so I'm going to activate the free transform and make this smaller. All right, and I'm going to place this here, but should it be bold? All right, so I'm going to use it should be bold extended. Yeah, so I'm going to make this just ordinary bold and make this bigger with free transform. And yeah, so make sure this is still aligned. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, then yes, so I'm going to make I can also position it here. All right, it's not compulsory you position your content where I have it. You can always play with placing it where you think is best on the project. All right, yeah, we can place it here, and yeah, I think you can. Then you can place the venue right under the title. That will still fly, but I prefer the way it was before. All right, yeah, this is nice. All right, then yeah, then we can paste the venue somewhere here, and change the size like that. Okay, and place that there. All right, so I think this is fine, and let's go straight to I just feel like playing with this. All right, let's go straight to our next background. All right, yeah, so this is another background, and before like I said, before working on any background project, you know what, let's just start with putting our title first. All right, and I want to explain something to you guys, so I'm going to call this lights. All right, in fact, let's make it power of the power of light. So I'm going to make this bigger with free transform. I'll make a copy of this, and I'll type power, yeah, and we need to now type I'll make it cap. All right, let's make the title cap, yeah, and I'll make space here. All right, now there's something I want to teach you guys. Now another way you make your background connect well with your elements or your content is making your background shape the layout of your project. All right, and I'm going to show you guys why I mentioned this. Okay, because if you look at the project now, if you look at this background now, you see there's this light that form the shape of a triangle. So we need to make sure that our layout goes with that triangle shape in order to create balance. All right, so I want to show you guys what I'm saying. So this is the triangle effect I was trying to make you guys understand. All right, now the effect from the light is what will shape the layout of the project. And that's one of the things I'll need you guys to always check whenever you have a background. See how you can use the effect from your background to arrange your content. All right, so I'm going to make this smaller with free transform and place this here. All right, yeah, so we are going to change the title to I'll make a copy of this first, and I'm going to type D. All right, I'll double click on the layer, and I'm going to type THE. All right, Then I'll make this smaller with free transform and place this here. All right. Yeah, this is nice. So let's make it the light power. No, I'm not feeling this. Let's make it the the power of light. All right. So I'll place my light below the power and okay, let's make a copy of this and I'm going to type off right there. I'll make this smaller and place this somewhere here like that. All right. I'll make this smaller with free transform, place it here. So I'm trying to see the best layouts that, will help. And listen, guys, the fact that I'm doing this does not mean this is the only solution to, making this look okay. All right. There are in fact, there are uncountable, layouts that you can use for backgrounds like this. All right. So yeah, I'm going to make this smaller and I'll type off. All right. And activate the free transform. All right. Make this bigger like that. Okay. And yeah, then I'll place the D on top of the power. Yeah, I'm going to make it smaller because making your project dynamic is also, part of how you can create the unexpected. So I'll take that out because I don't need it. All right. So shift select all the layers and centralize it. All right. And position this here. Now make sure this did not go outside of that triangle shape. All right. Because the light is what is going to project the title. All right. Then, yeah, I'm going to zoom in and okay. So what we're going to do now is to, work on our background in order to make focus be on our title. So I'm going to select the background layer. All right. And to click on the curve adjustment and make this, darker like that. So I want to focus to be on the title. So I'll make this darker more. All right. Like that. And I'm going to select the brush tool and make this bigger. Okay, you know what, guys, let's use the lasso tool for this. All right, so I'm going to select the polygonal lasso tool and I'm going to draw a lasso shape right there. All right, I'm going to draw a triangle shape. There's no such thing as lasso shape. All right, then I'm going to select the layer mask of the curve and I am going to go straight under. So I'm going to apply joy. I'm going to apply my foreground color to the mask of my curve with Alt backspace. Now make sure your foreground is set to black. All right. Then I'm going to go straight on the feathers that is under the mask, option here to fade the, to fade my mask. All right. So I'm going to make this bigger. Now notice as we increase this, we're beginning to have that effect of the lights looking balanced on our project. So I'm going to select the brush tool and I'm going to make sure that my foreground is set to white and I'm going to softly apply the brush to the layer mask of the curve to fade the bottom part of the curve in order to make it blend, in order to blend the curve to the project. And I'm going to add another curve and make this brighter. All right, and hit Control I to reverse the mask. And I'm going to turn up the title here. Then I'm going to select the brush tool and go to my foreground color here. Make sure my foreground color is set to white. And I'm going to apply the brush to my project like that. All right. Yeah. So the idea of doing this is because I really want the title to be visible. All right. And that's why I'm making this move here. We need to blend our curve to our background. So I'm going to blend the project by double clicking on the layer. All right. Now, as you can see, we can see the shadow from our background clearly now, which, really helped the project. Then we now need to change the color of our light to orange in order to make the blending balance. All right. So I'm going to go to red and add red. and then I'll go to blue to add blue. All right, because I'm trying to achieve the yellow, the orange lights. All right, yeah, so this is still not okay. Then I'm going to apply color balance to the project. All right, now for those of you that know how to mix color, you know what to do here. So I'm going to apply the layer mask from the curve. I'm going to duplicate it and apply it to the layer mask of the color balance. So I'm going to go straight under highlights. All right, and I'm going to add red. All right, so for those of you that are good at mixing color, you know how to mix color to get orange. So we're mixing red and yellow. So I'm going to add yellow to this. Now you see that our light is beginning to give that orange color, all right, on our background. All right, so I'm going to make my title visible. Then I'll put this in our group. So I'll shift select the layers. Okay, first off, we need to change the color. Yeah, I'm going to change the color of my title to black. So I'm going to sample a color from the background. And as you can see, my title is now looking visible. I'm going to activate free transform, and I'm going to position this here. All right, then I need to put this in a group. All right, I'm going to put this in a group now by hitting Control G. Okay, then we are going to change this to title. Don't forget, it's always professional to work that way. And I'm going to double click on the layer to activate the layer style. So we need to blend this because we need to see the texture from the background on the title. So I'm going to move this here. Now I'm using Alt to split the slider. All right, and I'm going to move this here. Now we're losing the off. All right, so when you're doing this, please make sure you pay attention to your type, because visibility is very important in graphic design. Putting yourself in the shoe of the audience is very, very important. So I'm going to activate the free transform and make this bigger. Now I'm losing the off again. So I'm going to make this smaller a bit. Yes. And I'm going to select the OK button. Now look at how beautiful this is. I'm sure you guys like it. Yeah, this is nice. All right, then you can now add your other information to this, but this time you're not going to use black because black is not going to come out visible on this background. So what you need to do is first off change the size of your character. All right, and yeah, I'm going to push this out, centralize it, and I'm going to change the color of this to white for visibility's sake. All right, change this to 11. Yes, and I'm going to move this to somewhere here. All right, so yeah, this is nice. So let's go straight to our last background for today. All right, now I mentioned that when you download the background or you're using the background on your project, you need to first check what can you add or what can you take out, how can you use the background to shape your composition. All right, so I know some of you already know what to do here. So for those of you that don't know, just follow along. So I'm going to select the text, my type 2 here. I'm going to click and hold down and select the horizontal type 2, and I'm going to type forest story. So yeah, I'm going to activate free transform and make this bigger. Okay, I'll position this somewhere here. I'll make a copy of this. Yes, then I am going to type story like that. Yes, then I'm going to make sure that my title is well aligned, so I'm making the E aligned to the S. All right, and I'm going to close the space between the letters like that, and yeah, this is nice. All right, yeah, then I'm going to put this in a group. All right, then I'll make a copy of the group. I'm going to right click and convert this to a smart object like that. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to rotate this. Yeah, I'm going to rotate this, and I'm going to position this. Okay, you know what, let's just make it face this way. All right. Then I'm going to position this somewhere here. Yeah. Then I'm going to go to filter and select stylize and hit wind. So I'm applying the wind filter because of the bottom part of the reflection effect on my background here. So I'm going to select the OK button. Okay, so you know what, guys? I am going to go back by hitting Ctrl Z and hit the rasterize option here. Now, the reason why I'm rasterizing this is because making the layer a smart object is going to make me repeat the wind effect, wind filter, and if I continue repeating the wind filter, it's going to slow down my workstation. So I decided to rasterize it to save speed. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to select wind right there, and I'm going to zoom out so I can see the effect, and I'm going to select the OK button. Then I'm going to go to filter and apply the wind again. So yeah, so the shortcut is Alt plus Control plus F. So I'm going to do that by applying it. I'm selecting the shortcut on my keyboard to repeat the filter on the layer. All right, so as you can see now, you'll notice that the effect, the reflection of the tree is closer to the effect I applied to the title. All right, yeah. So then I'm going to go to filter again and select blur and hit the motion blur. All right, so I'm going to make my motion blur distance 29. All right, I need to zoom out. All right, so I'm going to select the OK button. This is nice. So I'm going to activate free transform, and I'm going to rotate this way. Right click and select flip horizontal, and I'm going to place this right below. Whoops. I think okay. No. I need to go back. All right. Yeah, this is nice. Then I'm going to position this here and hit the enter key. Then we need to move this up a bit. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to select the brush tool. All right, I'm going to add a layer mask to the layer, and I'm going to reduce the opacity like that. And I'm going to turn my foreground color to black, and I'm going to softly apply the brush. Now, before we even apply the brush, there's something I want to show you guys. All right, we need to go to the brush settings, and I am using a graphics tablet. So I'm going to turn on transfer, and under my transfer option here, my control should be on pen pressure. But if you don't have a graphics tablet, you can go to flow up here under your property bar and change your flow to 11. That's if you have a mouse. All right, so I'm going to apply the brush to the layer mask like that. And yeah, so let's see. This is good. This is beautiful. This is nice. All right, so I'm going to push that up a bit. All right, yeah. This is nice. And I'm going to draw a text frame here, and I'm going to, sorry, that's the part of the plan. I'm going to draw the text frame, and yeah, and I'm going to go to the property tab and reduce the size of the character. All right, like that. So this here is for people that design magazines. So if you're watching this tutorial and you are into designing of magazine, all right, this is one of the ways you can spice up your magazine page to make your layout look interesting. So I'm going to adjust this like that. I'm going to close I'm going to take out the tracking. So I'll adjust this and move this here. All right, and make sure this is aligned. All right, make sure these are aligned to the title. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna move this in like so. All right, so I'm gonna make this Roman. Yes, and I'm gonna take out the guide. And look at how beautiful this is. Wow, I love this. I'm sure somebody's smiling already. And that's it. I'm glad you made it to the end of this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Share this video with other creatives, which is one of the ways you can support this channel. Thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you in my next series on how to use background. Peace.